Hey everybody, this is Jeff from Intergalactic Toys, and today's episode we are going to build a World War I airplane by NewRay. That's the brand, okay? And this is a Fokker D7 for those of you who are, wanting to know what the plane is. And on the left is actually a model, a plastic model with glue and paint of the famous Red Baron plane. That is a Fokker DR1. So today we're going to show you, we're going to do like a little holiday bind guide. Since Christmas is coming upon us, we are in the month of December. What we wanted to do is show you how to, if you don't want to deal with all the glue and paint, the time that it takes, this is a great option. It's a great gift, hence holiday buying guide. If you know somebody who likes planes, of course, they do cars and tanks and boats and all sorts of stuff. This is basically, it has a screwdriver. You probably can't see it there. We're going to open this up for you though. And it's already painted. So it comes with a little screwdriver. It's very similar to the M2 building kits that we did a couple of those. And so this one is just basically a plane. Okay, so there's a Okay, so we took it out of the package, and it looks like they've basically given us a stand, which is really nice for the plane. This is the undercarriage parts, the wheels, the landing gear with the wheels, and then here is the plane with the package. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pop these pieces out, and then we'll just start putting them together for you. Okay, so we popped the pieces out of the plastic container that they were in. They popped out very easily, and you're going to see in there underneath the wing was the screws. So these are all the screws to put this plane together. Okay, so I've got the instructions out right here. They do give you instructions. This is the Fokker D7, so we're going to be doing that. Now, the one word of note is the instructions are very, very, very tiny. So we're actually, in order to read them, we actually have our armature, our magnifying glass is the thing we're using, okay? So the first thing they want us to do is they want us to take the plane and they want us to go ahead and take it apart, okay? So you don't have to, nothing's really, just kind of tight because it's new probably. But anyway, so we take it apart, as you can see, and we did look through our screws and we separated them. There's 3 bigger ones, 10 small ones, and then these 2 pieces that go inside. And apparently the first thing it wants us to do on this is to go ahead and separate it, and we're going to go ahead and put the landing gear on the tail. So the tail piece just inserts into there, and we'll leave that alone for now. And then we have these 2 long little pieces right here. There's 2 of these. We're going to have to insert one into, this one's in, and those will go on, fit right into there when we put this back together. And then it wants us to put the landing gear, and so the landing gear inserts, so if you see it right there, these go right into here. That side goes into that side, and then they want us to go ahead and put, so it's going to look like that, 2 of these small screws into that. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so the screws go in pretty easily. I put in one. Here's the second one right now for the landing gear. It's going to show it to you. Incidentally, this model is not for kids under 3. It doesn't say the scale on it, so I'm not sure, but it's whatever this plane scale is. I can't remember if it's not 172. I think it's 148. I'll have to look it up for you. So they're really easy to go ahead and screw them in. And now we have the landing gear done. We put these 2 pieces in as well, and it wants us to also put in this piece right here, the propeller. Okay, so here we go. We were putting it together. Couple things we took out. We realized that those metal pieces that are in there that you can see, let me point it, get my little pointer here, screwdriver, okay. So right there, that one, and the one that's up front here. That one right there, okay? So those right there, those 2 long pins that we had to insert, now they are pressure. And I can tell you this, we used our razor blade on the holes to scrape them out because there was plastic in them, which was preventing them from running all the way through. We got ourselves a little hammer in the meanwhile, so we could tap them in gently. And now they're ready to go in. I've put them in and I've separated this body. Now, the tip is always have other tools. I had a screwdriver to kind of separate it out again, enough to start putting back in the items that are needed. So the landing gear is one of them. So you have to have it separated out enough that we can put this landing gear in. We did put the 2 screws. So the landing gear, you can just twist it if you want and then put it in like that. Okay. The other thing is we took out that as well as this piece. This is the seat with the machine gun. And of course there was this piece as well. And so that piece right there went like that. Okay. Screw on top. And then you could slowly start pushing it back together. Sorry with the lighting here. All of a sudden the sun's coming in. And you can start pushing it back together. Before we push the back together though, we're going to put that in there. We're going to probably put it in there now. Okay, and then we can start pushing this back together. Make sure that's in. This is just, the gear is just pressure mounted there. It looks like it against there. Sorry folks. Okay. Let me go ahead and adjust the lighting here. Okay, so we've now got that back on and we have a little separation here in the middle. This is okay. We're just gonna gently push that closed here, folks. Okay, the front's pretty much closed. We put this piece back in before we're closing it up. So that's in there, good to go. And it rolls, okay. All right, so that's the first stage of that. And now we can start working on the wings. And that's what these are, these pieces here with wings. So that's the next thing we're gonna do. Okay, so the first step is to go ahead and take these pieces right here. And you see the holes in the side, as well as these pieces have to push in there. Okay, like little pegs. That goes in, and then you're gonna put the other side on. Okay, so that's gonna go in there. Alrighty. Okay, so they just mount like that. You don't screw them in or anything like that. Alright, so we've got those on, and next now we're gonna have to use these. We put the wing upside down, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put these on next. Okay. Okay, so you're gonna notice when we put these in, there's a deeper end and a more shallow end, and on the wing it's the same thing. There's a deeper one and a shallow one, so that's how that goes. You just push it over there, okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and takes 2 screws. So this is always fun, getting these little, working with these tiny screws, and I'll just put it in there. And okay, we got this top wing with the 2 pieces and the 4 screws. Okay. And one thing I can say about NewRay, the company, is they gave you, unlike M2, we got a magnetic screwdriver, so you can see that it picks up the screws. And that's really going to be helpful in this situation because the screws are tiny and the holes are small, and you know, you really do, to get them in there, it really does help out to have a magnetic one. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this top wing and these 2 holes right here. We're going to put a couple more screws into it there, and then we'll continue on with the bottom wing. Okay. Okay, so we've turned that plane upside down, and we're going to put this screw in. You just have to squeeze these 2 legs together to get them again over the posts, the plastic posts that are molded into the wing. And all you're going to do is basically slide these plastic pieces over the hole there. And then we'll just screw them in. Don't have to screw too hard, and as you can see, that side is done, and we'll do the other side real quick for you. Okay, so before we put that last bottom piece on and screw it in, one thing I forgot to mention, so you see I had to reopen the rear, which is not a problem if you forget. We did put this, you know, tail rudder on. I'm not sure what it's called, but I think that's what it is. But this piece needed to go in, so okay, this piece looks like that, and so it kind of slides into here. If you can see it there, there's where the little red piece goes into the back, and then the screw goes into that right there, okay? And so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put that in there. All right, so we got it open, and now we're gonna put that last piece back in there again, and then we'll go ahead and close it up, and you just press it tight. All right, great. So now we have the rear done, the rear wings done on the plane, okay? And it's pressed tightly closed. All right, now it's gonna get really fun where it's to get this bottom wing on. So we'll have to turn the plane over, and to get this on, okay, we're gonna actually have to, it's really tight in here to get it over where it needs to go, which is in this area here. So it's okay. We're gonna have to do some squeezing, okay, as you'll see, and try to get these lined up. Sorry, we have it backwards. Goes like this, right, with the symbols facing down. This piece with the tab is gonna insert over the landing gear, because right now the landing gear can just come up. It's only attached in the front, if you can see that. So what we have to do is it has to go in here like that, okay, and the back has to slide in as well. So we're gonna have a fun time pushing that in from the front first, okay? We'll have to just angle it, there we go, and push it in like that, okay, and squeeze it in there, all right? And then there's still one big screw left. In case I forgot to mention it earlier, the bigger screw, there was 3 of them, and there was the 3 small, and then there was 10 small screws. So the small screws are for everything except the landing gear takes the bigger screws, and this right here, okay? It's gonna need the bigger screw in the center holding the bottom wing and the back piece of the landing gear, okay? So I'm gonna put that down in there, and then we're gonna go ahead and put in these 4 screws, 2 and 2, and we're all done. We'll make sure though, before we do that, is these have to fit into the slots before we can do that, okay? So the slots are there. You just have to work them in till you feel them pop in. Okay, and I think both of them went in, yep. And okay, so we just have the last screw to put in. We put the other 3 in, and it doesn't need too much tightening. If it's not tightening, it's probably because this isn't inserted. There you go, into there, the other side where it needs to screw into. I think we have it now. You'll feel like it goes just a few turns and it's done. So, all right. The one thing, word of note in putting this together is that main screw that went through there is actually, if you can see it, holds the machine gun part that's up above. Okay, so this machine gun section right here has a piece that drives all the way through there. Okay, and the screw will not tighten here on the bottom there. Okay, this screw right here won't tighten unless you push down this piece right here, the whole machine gun piece, okay? The hardest part of this plane was to put those 2 pins in there and push them. I had to shave out where they went, the holes. Once we got past that, just putting the screws in and putting it together was quite easy. So I definitely recommend it. Hit a like and a subscribe. I hope you liked the video. And we will definitely be doing more future building projects with toys. Definitely recommend this one for this holiday season. If you have somebody you know, a loved one that likes to build, in this particular case, planes, especially military planes, then this could be a great gift under the tree. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.